that black sheep is the person that is just shunned upon in a sense because they're that different. You know, a black sheep is different from those white sheep.
Let's go look at it like this. And my whole family, like growing up, all the men in my family was hoes. When you get older, you start to realize feminine energy and masculine energy is no different in the gender role. Oh, my granddaddy pimped the hell out of me since I think about it now.
You know, I've definitely experienced that in my family to where, you know, there are certain things that went on, there are certain things that's going on within the family, but they wanted to stay hush hush.
How is you getting 4? They may see it 2 + 2. You see 2 + 2, you may see it 1 + 3.
That's exactly how motherfucker was raised too. Like, you independent, you don't need no man, you can do it by yourself type stuff. And that's what kind of what made women like me programmed to be like, oh yeah, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I can do this by myself. You know what I'm saying?
It's Red.
It's Tay. How y'all doing today? And today we have our special guest, WaunStar. Alright, Juan, we appreciate you coming on today. Thank you so much for coming.
How you doing, Tay? How you doing, Red? And salutations, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of your show. Now, it's an honor to be on this because this is the first time we've done seen 2 ladies that's really just taken off with major, huge success so rapidly. So one thing I can say, just keep pushing and doing what you're doing. But again, it's a pleasure to be on the show with you ladies.
We appreciate you, darling. Today's conversation is for the people that are labeled the black sheep, you know, in their families, in their communities and such. And not because they were doing wrong, but because they were the truth speakers. Our lovely man right here. We have so many questions that we, you know, want to ask you, so many of your opinions and just how you survive in this black sheep world. So
now to start off, describe to me or elaborate your meaning of black sheep, because it is coming in different meanings, shapes, and forms. So in order for me to answer this correctly, just give me your definition so I can go from there.
You know, that black sheep is the person that is just shunned upon in a sense because they're that different. You know, a black sheep is different from those white sheep. Their thought process is different, the way they move is different, and that's that family shamed person because they're not going along with the rest of the herd.
Oh, okay, I got you. Now, oh yeah, that really is me. Oh, the outcast. That's the best way to say it. It's the outcast. Many spiritual reasons. Let's go spiritual first. The reason why you normally is an outcast, in my perspective of understanding, is because God has already chosen you, or the universe has chosen you for a certain mission that you need to do in your life. Now, many people go in isolation about this. Many people don't understand their direction to a certain period of time. So it's really more about you being prepared for when you get older, or when you become more wise in that right direction of becoming a black sheep. Like, let's look at it for an example, like outcast. That is the best analogy to use in black sheep. Like outcast, when they first started, they was different. They were just like Black Eyed Peas and anybody else. They was different. Yes. But as their catalog grew and they got older and they started understanding what genres they can go to and what lane and what their mind can do, it led them to be where they are now at the Hall of Fame. So, and the best way to say that is, when it comes to being a black sheep, you was always going to be prepared to go through the battles, to go through the struggles, to go through the ins, to go through the outs. You're being prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, and even financially, so you know when you hit that reward that you need to be. Because you gotta look at it. Let's go spiritual a little bit. Yes, we went spiritual. Let's go Bible a little bit. Let's go Christianity. Think about how many beautiful leaders that you had that had to go through the same thing to reap their reward at the end. Let's look at Job. I love to use Job. Job got tested. And it wasn't because, you know, the conversation between God and the devil about choosing this one vessel. It was because the compassion that he had for being a loving individual to keep pushing, to keep going towards that goal and going to that commitment and keeping that faith and keeping that loyalty in something that everybody else didn't believe in. to get that good reward. Everything came back to him double fold. Let's look at King Solomon. King Solomon done everything that he had to do, was the richest man, and when it comes to Christianity in the Bible, he was the richest man of all of them. Many wives and many lands and many all of this, because he was obedient. He had to go through the struggle even then before he got them riches. The lineage had to go through the struggle to reap them rewards. So being an outcast is really not being bad. So
Nah, it's really not. But I just want you to basically like give like some of your examples, like, you know what I'm saying, like what kind of made you the
you want me to break it down?
Break it down.
I got you.
Break it down. Break it down.
Now to start it all off, I was basically raised in the country. People wouldn't even believe that. Like even before I came to Nashville, I was an outcast. Like country boy, lived like went through poverty, high school. No lights and no water for like 2 years. So I remember like the struggle of like going to school smelling like kerosene. Like wonder if you ever gonna get a date, or wonder if you ever people gonna ever like you or anything like that. Going like how I know you a military. You know you're a military baby, so you used to being a nomad. You used to traveling. For me, it's like going to another place where everybody get to finally see your value of who you are, then going back to your hometown. And I like to use Christianity on this one. This is like Jesus going out to every place and preaching the gospel. He's preaching everywhere, but when he came back to his hometown, people already knew who he was, so he only stayed there for a short period of time. But when he went back out, he was known. People valued him. So it was like me going back to my hometown. I grew up with these people. They're not gonna value you like that. But then when I turned around and left and came to Nashville, that's when I started being more into music and more being into the streets, and that still made me an outcast, because even in the streets I was the quiet one. I was the one that you seen that tried to make money. I wasn't good at it.
Honesty is key, yes.
Hey, I wasn't good at it at all, but throughout them times of me not being good at it, saved a lot of my friends. Well, back then, who you don't know who your friends are foes when you're in the streets, but I saved a lot of people from getting bigger charges, so I had to transmute the energy. But being an outcast, not only that, even when it comes to music, writing music, I'm an outcast. Like I like different type of genres. Like most of my friends are in the streets, but I'm spiritual. Like they'll look at me like, if you first meet me, you be like, something wrong with him. But the more you be around me, the more like, oh, there ain't nothing wrong with him. He's just a positive individual that's just very logical and just don't mess with a lot of people. So being an outcast ain't bad. So,
and that's what a lot of people like tend to do, is judge just because you're not the same as them. And I think that's what a lot of people who are like black sheeps or outcasts, as you would say, will kind of go through. Because that's just like saying me. You know, my whole family damn near hood as hell. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm just like that quiet, laid back, and they're not into the street activities.
But see, let's go look at it like this. And my whole family, like growing up, all the men in my family was hoes. They was all cheaters and players. That didn't mean like no lie. That didn't mean that I was gonna grow up to be just like the lineage.
Right.
So me being an outcast, because I was raised by women, so I know more of the emotional aspects of what a woman went through, of the ones being cheated on, the ones that's being played. I made a promise to myself that I'd never treat a woman like that. So it was me being raised by a woman for me to understand the emotional dynamic of how to try to understand. Now, here we go. Let's go to spirituality. When you get older, you start to realize feminine energy and masculine energy is no different in a gender role. Masculine mean action, mean being assertive, mean being very like inspirational, the fire. And then you got your feminine, that means being compassionate, being nurturing. So I had to learn how to take this rah-rah, being in the streets, being this thug, portraying to be a thug, they said correctly, portraying to be something that I wanted to be accepted in, and then I had to learn how to love myself, had to nurture myself. I had to learn how to make that change. From, if I were to keep following the trends, following the people, I'd be just like the rest I'm following. But since I had to open my eyes and understand, I started leading by making a change within myself in order to change other people.
I hear that because it is more of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people expect you to be just like the next person that you basically been around or like was born and raised from. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, everybody
they want to keep you in that realm, and that's not you. That's not what you want to be. That's not what you strive to be, and that's not who you're meant to be.
Exactly. Be who you want to be, y'all. Be who the hell you want to be. Let's talk about it.
So, what behaviors or truth do you think made people label you, that black sheep in a sense? What, that you showed in a sense? So you said that you was that quiet, that spiritual guy. But back at home, how did they see you?
How they see me back at home, man, the annoying, I was very annoying growing up. I guess because I always wanted attention. And I was smart. So it was like, I'm very intelligent, but sometimes you know how you can be too smart for your own good and make you not be the likable person. And I was more like the not likable person because I was one of them types. Now, not only that, I think the only problem I had in school, I was just short as hell. You know how you see one of them little bitty ones, but he about the same age as you or older than you. You be like, oh, you little baby, you so cute. And as far as it's gonna go, it was one of them types. So it was like going back home was like horrible, because it was just like me going from the city, going back to the country. And not going to the country, but it's going to the country where you got to start over. And back in the time when I was growing up, my granddaddy pimped the hell out of me. Since I think about it now, I used to have to go pimp. I had to go pick turnip greens.
Hold up.
What you mean pimp? Okay, look, let me tell you why. He had charged me I'm like 16, 17, so he charged me $7 a bucket. So, picking turnip greens in this acre. Yes. So I'm thinking I'm making money because back then minimum wage was real cheap. So now y'all looking like, what? I'm telling my age. But minimum wage back then was nothing. So $7 was doing something. So I'm out here every day after school just doing this for this little extra money, realizing he charging 20 to 25. So when I started doing the math, I'm like, dude, man, you just pimped me out about $15, $16 net margin. But you my granddaddy. But he taught me how to hustle, so I can't get mad at it. So that's just another good thing about the dynamics that taking place.
I feel that.
And then speaking about our elders, you know what I'm saying? I know we always kind of grew up with the elders who don't try to break from the same patterns that we always grew up from.
You want to talk about generational curses? Okay, this is what we call generational curses. It's basically programming from your, let's say an example, from your grandmother, from their grandmother, from their grandmother, from their grandmother, or a grandfather from their grandfather, from their grandfather, from their grandfather. It's all certain traits and characteristics that has been breaking down into each generation, even from us to this day. Even when we have kids, it's gonna be something way back. This is where you talking about this elders and your ancestors. This is the DNA that's in you that's still, because it's programmed from how we was raised. So in order to change that, you got to change yourself. The best way you can change yourself is becoming what? That outcast, that black sheep. Because the reason why you 9 times out of 10 you the black cat, you the outcast of the black sheep, because you're not agreeing with majority of people around.
I see what the rest of the family don't see. I see the different. While they see blue, I see red.
I see each other.
But when you see that, they may look at it like, okay, let's say it another way. Let's say the numbers. They may see it as 4. How is you getting 4? They may see it 2 plus 2. You see 2 plus 2, you may see it 1 plus 3. 0.25 plus 3.75. You may see it 1.75 plus 2.25. It's still equivalating to the same answer, but you just got different dynamics. Just because I'm you gotta follow my plan, you gotta follow the way that I see it. No, that's what makes you the black sheep. No, I see how you see it. I acknowledge the way how you got it, but let me show you other ways how we can get the same answer. This is just people just taking shortcuts without actually doing the work. So in order, when you the outcast of the black sheep, you got to do what? You got to put in that work. Because for one, you're going to put in the work of humility, because you got to wonder why everybody don't like you and what makes you so different. Then you got to put in humility with yourself, because you're going to break down the core of your soul to realize, okay, if it's something really going on, how can I fix this dynamic? And if you can't fix the dynamic, what you going to do next? You either going to do two things. You either going to sit in it, or you're going to take action. And that comes with either with yourself as an individual, or it either comes with yourself in a relationship. You pick and choose how you want to look at it, because everybody got allowed to accept themselves before you allow somebody into your space. And most people are scared to let people really into them spaces, because you got to be that outcast to understand your value, to understand your worth. Many people jump in relationships back and forth because they scared to be alone. So that means you got abandonment issues. Believe me, I used to be one with it. Look, hey, I used to be a very isolated individual. But the more you start understanding about it's okay to be isolated, it's okay to be alone. And I'm not saying alone relationship wise. If you're not ready to take the wound off of the pain that you've been harnessing, you're gonna keep attracting the same people. So once you keep attracting the same people and the people keep coming around you, how you gonna switch that? You got to make that change. In order to change people, you got to change your people.
Yep, and this applies to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Not just family, friends, relationship. It applies to everybody. Let's keep it a buck.
No, we're keeping it 1,000. So yes, ma'am. I mean, queens. Let me say it like that, because it's plural. Yes,
Thank you.
So, in dysfunctional families, silence is often rewarded because they don't want you to open up and speak the truth. They want it to be silenced. You know, I've definitely experienced that in my family, to where, you know, there are certain things that went on, there are certain things that's going on within the family, but they wanted to stay hush-hushed. They don't want you to speak out and say, you know, this is right or wrong. They don't want you to say anything. Just go with it or be outcasted from it.
Now that just depends on the scenario and the situation. Because if you're not supposed to be in anybody's business, then there's a situation that you're not supposed to be in. But if you in that situation, because I feel like that's what you were talking about, but you know we're on the internet, so you got to break it down very thorough. Now, if you are in that situation, say that question one more time so I can make sure I hear it clearly, because I don't want to be sidetracked.
You know, in dysfunctional families, you know, silence is often, rewarded.
Yes.
They don't really want you to open up and speak out.
Here we go. I feel like silent treatment is the worst thing ever.
I agree.
And the reason why is because I feel like, oh gosh, this is kind of leading towards relationships. If you don't open up and express yourself, you are hindering yourself from what you truly feel. That's like smothering a fire until it goes out. Why would I turn around and let myself hinder myself down low enough where I'm extinguishing out my flame? I can't do that, and that's when it comes to silence. I feel like a person should have the opportunity, like, you gotta calm down, period. And now we're going into relationships. Here we go. This is what I had to go through. Not in previous relationships. I can't say just this one. In previous relationships, because I'm married now. So she got me for a reason. Sometimes you have to understand who you are. You got to understand when it comes to silence, it's not healthy, because I may not understand the way that you want me to understand, because that's how a man operate. A man is not gonna mind women like men to be they psychic. Like, no, that's not true. We're gonna be honest.
I know you guys can't read minds and stuff like that, it's such as family, but there's times where you might try to break it down in many different ways for that family member to understand it. But because you're giving them so much truth and they don't want to take accountability for that truth, or they won't want to accept that truth for what it is, even when they do understand it, they don't want to acknowledge it. They don't
Now,
want to see it.
here we go. They may acknowledge it. They may be in that silence, because out of two things, they may be fearful to finally express how they truly feel, because it may hurt the person they love, or they may be having an abandonment issue or fear of rejection where it's gonna hurt it even worse. So in that situation, you're gonna be silent so you're not gonna hurt the person. Now the bad part about it is, again, you smothering the fire. Because if you don't know what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling about a certain situation, and if you're not understanding and telling me about this situation, how are we gonna find a root cause to fix this solution? Always it rings. You know, that's a download. That's what we call downloads in spirituality. That's a download. So when that happens like that, you just gotta understand, like, what is it really bringing to you? What is the meaning? What is the value? And again, with silence, you can't heal nothing. You're not healing nothing with silence. Again, it's okay for everybody to have a moment, but this when it comes with transparency and communication. Okay, let's say you're in a relationship. Baby, I'm angry with you. Okay, give me such and such, such and such. And then when I calm down, let's talk about it. Most people like to stonewall that or freeze. They're talking about, well, let's just wait till I calm down. That's just a way to scapegoat a situation. No, that's still smothering the fire.
And I understand in a sense of like, all right, let's cool down so we can think about the proper ways to communicate with each other, you know? And that's okay to give each other just that space to breathe, because you don't want to talk out of anger. You don't want to talk in a sense to where, yes, there are certain things, the truth hurts, you know, but you don't want to talk in the sense of you just saying things to stab at that person. You want to think through what you're saying before you approach that person and say what needs to be said.
I feel like if more people really calm down in relationships and actually understand one another, instead of being prideful or trying to control one another, because everybody try to, oh gosh, here we go. I feel like most people need to just communicate. It's important.
Communication is key.
Yeah.
But you got to be authentic. Don't hide it. Don't hide what you don't like. Even though most people don't like going through confrontation. And most thing about men, I'm giving y'all secrets today.
Come on,
look, that's okay.
Y'all ready to go? One thing about men, we'll do anything for you with the right tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you acknowledge your person and give them respect. If you give them respect and you keep that routine, man gonna love you for a long time. If, say it correctly, if he's a good value man. Now you married, you already know what you got, because you done went through your ups and downs, you done went through whatever you done went through to make that blissful part. And this is what I talk about on one of my other channels. It takes about 5-10 years to have a blissful marriage the way that you think you wanted to, what you seen that potential in that person at the beginning. You're gonna see what that person can offer you at the beginning. It's gonna die out because you gotta go through the ins and outs of understanding the mechanics of one another, but till y'all molding into a unit. Friendship, relationship, marriage, whatever.
Partnership.
You're the single one. You're your own mechanical structure, but you looking for somebody to help mold you into like a transformer. Like say like you a transformer. That's the best way. You transforming, you waiting for somebody else to bring that transformation to you so you can hit that mega form. You already in that mega form. So now y'all understanding the capenism. Let's go back to Power Ranger. Let's do like you done hit the little mega form in the analogy, and now y'all working like figuring out, okay, you got this right side, my love. I got this left side of this body. So how can we maneuver together so we can be this masterful unit? Most people cannot hit that dynamic because even in relationships, you still can feel like an outcast without understanding that, without communication. And you keep being silent, nobody can understand what you truly want. Many people go through a lot of feuds and fights and a lot of ins and outs due to relationships failing, all because of communication. Women, no offense, don't get mad at me, because I know y'all finna throw some daggers at me too. One thing a man loves the most in this new society, accountability.
What did we say? What is one of our big things we want men and women to understand?
Accountability, goddammit.
They need to be able to take accountability.
Both of them.
It is so simple for somebody to say, hey, look, I made a mistake. My bad. Can you forgive me? Now, you can forgive a person. And you know you're going to have to give that person the grace, because it's not going to be overnight. And that's what I had to learn in my marriage. It's not going to, like, I'm not the best person. Just because you see me on here being very intellectual and all of this, that don't mean nothing, because I still go through problems too. But I had to understand in my marriage that sometimes things don't go my way. And it's not going to go my way. The love languages may not be the love language that I want, but deep down what this person gives me has showed me how to complete myself as a mirror, a reflection of being what? An outcast. Now, here we go. The most weirdest relationship. 2 outcasts becoming 1. How is that weird? Because this person's independent, this person independent. You've been on this world, you've been on this world, but now you colliding both worlds together that's known to be like this. So how can you do it? One gonna have to adapt, and the other one's gonna have to go through consistency, grace, and ownership. That's why I said it takes what, 5 plus 10 to 10 years for a blissful relationship to be the blissful that you, when you first saw that man, when you first saw that woman, no matter whoever watching, when you first seen that person, this is what you was picturing in your mind. But when you go through them ins and outs and ups and downs, let it go through. If you can endure that. Of being, sometimes you your own outcast in your own relationship and you don't even know it. How y'all feel about it?
Almost definitely. I can definitely say I've pushed myself outside when it comes up to our relationship. I'm an overthinker. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I overthink a lot of things. So with my husband, he's definitely puts me in that place of when I'm getting to that point, he'll remind me and let me know and kind of let my brain pin back to, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm pushing myself out from us. This is not where we're trying to be. I'm being my own sabotage within our relationship. I'm messing up what we're trying to be about. And it's not that I'm purposely trying to, but me being my own independent outcast, him being his own independent outcast, like you said, we see things a little differently. We came from a different cloth. We're just trying to sew these cloths together.
So here we go back to the topic about silence. How 2 worlds together that's known to be silence as coping mechanisms. How can you break that generational curse? Remember we were talking about curses. How can you break that programming from when you seen your mom isolated without the husband or the father being around, and she went through that pain? You was programmed to go through that pain. So when you get in an argument with your spouse, you used to retreating back. Or, no offense, a little later, like to the single woman, you've been so used to seeing your mom being independent. I don't need no man, I don't need this. So when the one come around and actually check on you, I'll knock y'all out that door.
See, you ain't lying, because that's exactly how motherfucker was raised too. Like, you independent, you don't need no man, you can do it by yourself type stuff. And that's what kind of what made women like me programmed to be like, oh yeah, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I can do this by myself. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, once you break that cycle of being that outcast, you are independent outcast from your own blessing. You don't even know it. And like even how relationships get destroyed, you be an independent outcast instead of using communication. Instead of just turning around and sitting back and actually doing the work. Because many people love to be spiritual. Don't get me wrong. Everybody loves to be married until you got to put in that damn work.
And work is
And once
hard,
you start putting in that work, the days that you don't like that person, the days that when you turn around and you just really annoyed and this person annoyed with you, and you got to find some type of partnership balance because you used to repelling. And I ain't got to deal with this and shit. I'm finna go home.
And that's another thing. People can be their worst enemies, you know, because a lot of people hold on to past things and what happened to them, so they feel like it's okay as they get older to basically do the same thing to other people.
But again, that's that generational curse from what you was programmed from as a child. Because who taught you this? You didn't teach yourself this.
Mama. Mama.
Like you didn't teach. But see, once you start learning how to break that cycle and start being aware and recognizing it, even within yourself, and even being an outcast, even during the silence, because the universe does everything for a reason.
Oh yes.
So when you going through a silent mode, instead of like, why this person ain't talking to me? Why I'm going through this? I don't like. No, it's like the universe like step back. see what you need to work on yourself.
Pay
And
attention to these signs I'm
many
giving you.
people don't pay attention to the signs. And that's what creates many people being a follower, outcasts, or leaders to me. They are real enough to be authentic. I don't like this, or I do like this, or I agree with this, but this is why I don't agree, and you stand on it. Outcast, like, another reason I like being an outcast is since I'm really an outcast if you call it like this, because I like being by myself. I don't like dealing with bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of those people where I got a bullshit battery meter in a sense. I can only deal with the energies of all these people for so long, and eventually that battery runs out. Let me go back, because the energy that they give me is just so much follow, negative. And I'm just like, I only got this much battery for y'all.
It's like you got a good 5 or 10 minutes with me before I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go to the other room. I don't want to deal with nobody.
But see, what I like to say about that is, it's because I understand your discernment, and that's called the spirit of discernment. But the thing about it, when you're gonna face that challenge, because even though when you start to hit that masterful level, you can withstand it. You can be in the energy and you'll make them run. You're not even walking away. When you go up in the room and people look at you and they start doing this, you disrupted their spirit off of your aura. So you don't have to ever walk out of a room, because even though you may be that outcast, you making everybody else tremble and shake off of your energy. One thing about me, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Virgo and I love it. I love going to places because I don't talk, but I'm always noticed. No matter where we go. Even when I do the cast for WaunStar, the new season coming out very soon. Even when I pull that back up out of the hat.
I go here and watch.
Y'all gotta understand. It's like when you come out and do this, like even with podcasts, you the outcast. But when you do your job correctly or something that you love, no matter when you come out or when you drop it, people gonna watch it. And it's not being cocky. It's not being arrogant. It's called being used to being that outcast. Because one thing I love about this game, I love when people don't believe in me and people won't believe in you, you make them. Only way to see, the best way to make it to where you need to be is off your own success. I don't care what, consistency is one, but you believing in yourself is the major key thing. But when you good at it, and when you master that craft, remember we were talking about the ins and outs and the years, it's still correlating with everything. When you get to that point, and you just like, I can come out when I want to. You know why? Because I love it. And when it comes out, people gonna watch it. Because you're that, what?
That girl, that outcast. That black sheep.
It's like, please underestimate me. I love that type of stuff. They goes for anything. Please underestimate me, because once I step out of my shell, oh yeah, it's over.
But you know the funny thing
it's
about
over with.
it. Funny thing about it, people don't underestimate you. They in fear of whether you're becoming. This is why they don't support you. This is why they don't really give you that recognition. But one thing about this media game, I'm finna tell you what I love about it. Watch your views. You may not get a lot of likes.
And that's
But you will get a lot of views. You will get respected. That's even like being the outcast. The outcast come out. Let's go back to Jesus. That's why little Jesus was an outcast. Like, think about it. Look, I'm finna give you some real hood stuff right quick. And if y'all take it the wrong way, I'm sorry. But just listen to me. Jesus, honestly, real life scenario. Jesus had over 12 disciples, right? He only picked 12. That's what you hearing about. He picked 12. He had like over 144 disciples. The 12 that he picked was all killers, thieves, people done wrong. Okay, let's break that down in our society. What do you call that type of man? That is a hood fella with a bunch of goons that protected him.
Oh yeah, Jesus was a thug.
Thank you.
Jesus was a thug.
So my thing is, he was an outcast, but every place he went, he was what?
Respected.
And noticed. What did he do? He ain't do nothing but walk around and giving people the best advice that he can give. That's all he was doing. He was giving advice. He was turning around healing people. He was giving people hope and switching them in dreams. Just like us, he was an outcast. But after so long, he made people see his vision. Just like an outcast, you keep working at whatever it is for so long, they gonna see your vision. They may not like you now. They may not respect you now. But they always gonna watch to see what you're doing. There you go.
No, you brought on some good points.
Do you ever feel like you are being punished for telling the truth?
Always. Always. Don't you see right now? Always. Like, you gotta break through that. You can't care what other people think, because all publicity is good publicity. What does that mean? No matter what they say, if they talking about you, you still getting your recognition, whether if it's good or bad. I don't care if you say I was the ugliest person in the world. I couldn't care if you said I was the most intelligent man.
You noticing me.
The point is, you watching. And this is what you're gonna go through when it comes to life. This is like not even in a media game. This is what you're going through life, period. People gonna watch you. You got social media now. You got everything people can watch you on. You post a pic, let me see what this person doing. That person over there doing it. That person over here doing this. I ain't gonna like it because I may not like the way how your eyebrow shape today. Like, you just know how it is, but they waiting on the next post. You know what I'm saying? How I start figuring this out?
Monitoring spirits. That's
I love stories. And I'm telling my secret, I love stories, because I'll make a post I can't see, but I got an insight now to see how many people came through. But on them stories, everybody who you think ain't following you or ain't liking you, you can see right down their list. So when I started seeing that, I started like, okay, I love the way how you doing this. I love the way how y'all doing it. I'm not knocking you. I know I'm still giving you information, even though I'm the outcast. I'm the underdog. I'm the least respected, least expected to ever do anything. But when the universe is using you, it's still helping them get to where they need to be. It's still helping you get to where you need to be. That's why I say you can't never worry about nobody else.
You're not in competition with anybody else. You're in competition with yourself. You're yesterday, you the day before you. Don't worry about nobody else.
But see, many people don't look at it like that. Many people in this world look at everything as a competition, as a battle. Many people don't even show respect and show love anymore. Like, look, chivalry is really dead now. Like, how many times you actually seen somebody open the door for somebody, especially a man open the door for a woman without even thinking they trying to holler at them?
Very rare.
How many times you done seen somebody come to you? Cause I do it like and my wife know I'm a flirtatious person, but not like that. I will come to you and be like, "Ooh, girl, I like your hair, but I ain't even trying to holler at you. You have a nice day," and walk straight off.
I respect that. It's kind of giving somebody their flowers, lifting up, giving them a smile for the day, where they can think about, like, they like my hair today.
But what I'm saying, by being an outcast, that's different. Many women is looking at me, he trying to holler at me. Even a man looks so dumbfounded if a woman came to him like, "Hey, I really like your haircut, huh?" We'll just be so dumbfounded, because if we don't hear that at home, who we gonna hear it from?
Somebody else.
It's supposed to be like even about outcasts and outcast relationships. When both of y'all weird like that, and y'all got that own weird connection, you can do some real goofy shit, and that'll be like the most intimacy to a goofy couple. Like, what you doing? You may be turning around slapping each other on the foreheads and shit. You be like, dude, that's a love language.
Right, what you would think would be gross or weird to somebody else, man. When I be sick, baby, I walk around with tissue stuffed up my nose.
But see, but that's unconditional love. Like, put it like this to y'all women, if y'all can take don't get married to me when I say this, okay?
I'm gonna get mad. What you
Let me tell you how men really love you, okay?
Come on.
When you take off that first mask that you got on, and he turn around and wake up that next morning and see that the authentic mask that you carry up on all of that makeup, and when your hair all frizzled out and you looking like you done came out of Roots, that man love you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That man love you. I'm talking about if he seen you in true form, that man love you. But let me tell you another one. A high vibrational man, hey baby, when you go get that press down, you know, look like you need a B2 in your flavor. What you like, B2, B4s? Now see, that's the difference. You see how she smile like that? You see how they lit up? Because I'm talking about hair colors. So when you in love with your mate, and when you turn around and do things like that, and you still that weird outcast, you're not gonna be silent. Only reason you're gonna be silent unless you mad. Most women get an attitude, but with a real high vibrational man, look, baby, I know you upset. This again, when you get to this point, I know you upset. I know you mad. I know you pissed off at me. I know we may not agree. I know we may not get along. When you calm down, let me know. And when you get to that point, I understand whatever you feel, you may feel. You may not really get that scenario, but that's what a woman would love to hear. Just like a man would love to hear, babe, I know you had a hard day. You know what? I'm not even gonna stress you out right now. I'm not gonna ask you for nothing. I got your towel and right there for you. Just chill and do what you gotta do.
Let's see, you look, I got this wig glued in right now. I'll snatch it up like you like my set off braids for real. You like my set off braids for real.
And see, that's one thing. That's what I love about today's society. Like, you still got a chance to grow, even though chivalry is dying. But it takes podcasts like this to bring it back out so people can actually see the truth, actually can see that, yeah, you're gonna go through problems. Yes, you're gonna go through ups and downs. Yes, you're gonna be that outcast. Yes, you're gonna go through silent treatment. But what is it teaching you throughout the end? Is it teaching you self-growth, self-development? So if it works out, so if it works out, it works. But if it don't work out, it's building me up for the next person who's supposed to be in my life. And I'm not saying jumping into another transaction, because you still gotta go through the healing phases. But again, how you talked about being that outsider, you was already trained from this since the get-go. So when it's time for you to shine and be that leader, be that King Solomon, be that, you know, the other leaders in the Bible. I can't say it right now because my mind is like right now. But you know, when you turn around and being that great individual in life to show where you are going, it's not like overnight. You're gonna have to put in the work. You're gonna have to be that outcast.
Blood, sweat, and tears and everything.
You got isolated for a reason. You got your heart hurt for so many times for a reason. You had to go through the learning lesson so many times for a reason. Why? Because when you finally hit that reward, you finally get that great king, that great queen, you finally get that spouse that you need, that's gonna give you what you want, to make you like,
like, you know, you keep running into a wall. Don't think that this wall you keep running to, you can't eventually get over it. You know, because in a sense, yeah, you're gonna run into this wall, and you might think, okay, all right, I'm cool, I'm cleared from this wall. Dang, there's another wall. It's just a different brick color now. It's okay, because all those walls that you're running into are teaching you for what your true purpose is.
Here go the trick, though. I feel like things can be better if you put action behind it. What are your thoughts about it?
I definitely think, you know, things can be better if you put action behind it, and you have to really put in that work, that self-study to be able to make it work. You can't just, you know, like I said about the wall, you know, analogy. You can't just keep doing the same thing, running into that wall and expecting a different outcome.
I'm glad you said that wall. Many people need to go and build it brick by brick in order to jump over, but many people try to bust through that wall. Many people, reason why people busting through that wall, because they not understanding the lessons. And once you start understanding the lessons about how to be comfortable, being that outcast we keep talking about, showing that self-love to yourself, everything will gravitate towards you. Many people don't see it like that. Many people want people to, they want acceptance and seeking acceptance from those besides themselves. Because once you seek it in yourself, nobody can give you nothing else that you can't do for yourself. And once you get to that point and somebody can match your energy, that's because you want them there, not need them there. Most people stuck in necessities instead of wants. And what you need somebody who's going to be stable. I need somebody who's going to be stability. But what about all of them? Because when you want that and you get it, it's different between needing. I need that to help me survive. You're not in your perfect form. You in survival mode. And most people be in relationships in survival mode. So
yes. Yeah.
So that's the best way to say it. So when it comes to being an outcast, it's okay. Again,
it's okay.
No matter what situation you may be in, single, couple, relationship, marriage, businessship, friendship, it don't make no difference. You really gonna need to be an outcast at times in order to be that great person that you need to be.
And since you brought up survival mode, what would be your advice to the people who are living in survival mode?
Break the generational cycle.
Did you hear that, baby? Don't be afraid to be that first person in your family to break that generational cycle. It is so strong of you. Have the courage to do so. If it's not for you, baby, it's not for you.
I'm going to say something real quick before you close it out. The reason why I say that is because I was the first person to break my generational cycle in my whole family's lineage when it came to spiritual. I am raised by all Christian people. Like, I know the Bible forwards and backwards, ups and downs, ins and outs. I was born and raised in church. Like, you want to go Pentecostal, we can go Pentecostal. You want to go way back, I was First Baptist. So you already know. But when I started seeing the universe in a different dynamic, yes, I got ridiculed, I got humiliated. But when they start seeing me keep on working and keep on being me and keep on just being this positive, inspirational person, they started to accept me more now as they seen the work and the growth. So overall, no matter if you're an outcast or not, when you put in that work and put in that growth, people will come to you and due time. When the time comes, it's divine timing, and that's when you're ready. Till then, just worry about yourself and keep pushing and live your life.
So
You heard him.
if you could say something to that version of yourself that felt alone and did not fully understand that they were an outcast, what would you say, my love?
We can talk about that for hours.
Give me one thing, my darling. What's the top thing you would tell to that version of yourself?
Honestly, I would tell my high school self, go to school, stay in school. The reason why is because I would have told myself, you're going to waste a lot of time. You're going to learn a lot of beautiful lessons. You're going to still have beautiful kids, but you wasn't ready. Instead of being hard-headed, instead of being using your attitude and emotions and being this what you think you really got it, take the time out to actually put in the work to excel your career. Because if I would have had my degrees, because I'm in school now, so get my psychology degree. So if I would have took that time way back then, I would have been in a way bigger space. Now, I'm not saying things would have changed, because I'm not changing anything, because it's a reason why the universe put me on that road. But yeah, I would tell my young, hey man, go to school, man. Don't worry about these, no offense, don't worry about these hoes, man. Turn around, go to school, get your master's,
vice
and live life, man.
Vice versa to this.
Fuck them.
But being the black sheep does not mean that you are broken. Being the black sheep means you are the beginning, you are beginning something different, something new, something better. And that is okay. It's not going to be comfortable. You need to start realizing that you need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable to fully be comfortable. So, we want to thank you today.
Anytime. Thank y'all so much. Anytime.
And go ahead and let the people know where we can find you at. Where we can find you.
If you really want to find me, oh gosh, I got so many platforms. You can find me. Let's go. The Cast with WaunStar on IG, or just let's be simple, WaunStar, WaunStar. You can just find me there. Everything else is linked. Or if you want to find me on YouTube, on the spiritual channel, Tarot with WaunStar. Shout out to this page. We just hit over 15,000. That's about it. You can find me. I ain't gonna give you my government name. You gotta be cool with me on that government page and stuff like that. So, but that's what the best way you can find me. Or look at me on YouTube, social. Just put in WaunStar in Google. It's gonna lead you to one of my directions. Okay, I promise you. I got a very unique name. You put it in, I'ma pop up. So,
and y'all make sure y'all follow us on IG and Facebook. Tay and Red and Tay, whatever you want to look at it. Other than that, thank you, WaunStar.
Anytime.
And
it's red, it's Tay. 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 It's red, it's Tay.